Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're going to see what the message is for you guys today. This is a general reading, okay? It could be past, present, or future. You're going to know best how this resonates in your case, okay? So before I get into the reading, I have been picking up on someone's energy here. Now, this is actually somebody that I used to know, but I feel like it's their energy for some reason, okay, that is important. So this used to be a friend or maybe an acquaintance, right? But the situation that came up here is that this was someone, and you might have someone like this in your life, okay? This is someone that was always very jealous of other people's relationships, all right? So maybe you know someone like this, okay? Or you've dealt with someone like this. But this memory came up. So this person had their own relationship, but I remember them telling me that they were not physically attracted to their own partner whatsoever. And they didn't want to leave their partner. And I have to say, this person was deeply insecure, okay? They wanted to be confident, but they weren't at all. And they didn't even really have a reason to feel that way about themselves because this girl was very beautiful, okay? But she was always very jealous of other people's partners, not really the relationships, but other people's boyfriends, okay? Which always stood out to me. So this was someone that would tell me about, like, oh, you know, my friend's boyfriend is so good looking, and like, you know, they're such a good looking couple. Like, she wanted someone that was also good looking, okay? And she, like I said, she wasn't physically attracted to her partner at all. But something about that energy is like coming up for some reason, okay? This person, they didn't, even though there was a lot of issues in their relationship, they didn't want to break up because of this person was very codependent, extremely codependent, okay? But at the same time, very envious of what other people have, other people's boyfriends in particular, okay? So I don't know why that is coming up, but I feel like it's important, okay? For some reason, I feel like it's important. It's almost, so this girl, she, for some weird reason, she felt like she had to settle. She wanted, she was very, I mean, basing it all on looks, okay? But it's almost like she felt like she couldn't attain that, so she was a bit envious, but in her own life, she then just wanted to settle instead. It was a very codependent, kind of a insecure person that I'm talking about. I don't know. Why am I picking up on her energy? Why am I picking up on this kind of a person here this morning? Let's see. So very strange. I just got the alert that my phone storage was full at exactly 10:55. And 5 is the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, which that energy really describes this person. The lack mindset, okay? The feeling insecure, the feeling of abandonment, a sense of, insecurity, okay? Feeling like things are never enough, a feeling of competition, you know, comparing, okay? A lot of comparisons, comparing other people to them, comparing other people's partners to their partner. Yeah, a lot of that was going on. You know, I don't have any more contact with this person, but we have the Hermit in reverse and the High Priestess. The Knight of Swords in reverse, 3 of Swords, and the Magician. Okay, so the Hermit in reverse speaks of, like, you know, not reflecting, not going within, not searching for the answers, not following that inner wisdom. And this speaks of someone that, they don't really want to look for the answers. This is someone that they want to talk about their life, but they don't want to really search for the answers or reflect on their life or change things. It's almost like it's like a very stunted kind of an energy. It's like this is someone that realizes that there are problems, or they realize that that they don't feel good about their life or their situation, but they don't take the step after that, which is like trying to figure out a solution. So, this could be someone that has a bit of like a savior, like not a savior complex, but like wanting the knight on the white horse kind of a thing, okay? But there's something here about not reflecting, not going within. I mean, it could even be like, somebody that compares their life a lot to other people's lives, but doesn't do the self-reflection as to why that is, or where is that coming from, right? Is it coming from insecurity? Is it coming from a self-limiting belief that you can't also have that, okay? If you're envious of someone else's life or what someone else has, most of the time it's because these people think that they can't have that for themselves or something like that, right? The High Priestess. So there's some sort of miscommunication here, some sort of lies, defamation, gossip, okay? Coming from a place of pain. Yeah, coming from a place of pain, the Magician. The Sun at the bottom. So let's see what this is here. What's going on here? What is going on here? What's the Hermit in reverse? It's a Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. Yeah, exactly. The Queen of Wands in reverse is someone that can be very insecure. And they overcompensate sometimes with their looks, right? And like I said, this person that I'm thinking of, very beautiful. Very beautiful. They don't have they shouldn't have to feel insecure about the way that they look, but for some reason they did, okay? But that's how it's like, it's an inside thing, right? Confidence is an inside thing. It doesn't have anything to do with the outside. So again, the Queen of Wands in reverse also speaks of jealousy, right? Competitiveness, hot-headed, temperamental, okay? Someone here could have a temperament. The Page of Wands. Why is the High Priestess here? The Five of Cups, yeah, sadness. Perpetual sadness. It's like a cycle of sadness that someone here is in, and they just cannot get themselves out of it, all right? The Nine of Swords, yeah, anxious, worried, fear. Okay, somebody very trapped in their head. The Sun and the Three of Cups, yeah, something about a friend. So you must have, there is a reason why I'm picking up on this person, and I'm assuming it's because you have a friend like this, or you know someone like this, or you're dealing with someone that's like this. Or you have a friend like this and you don't know that they are, a bit deceptive sometimes, okay? So the Nine of Swords. Did you hear that? Confirmation. Okay, so I didn't know if I should say it or not, but that was my signal right there. I don't know if you heard that. So for some reason, this is important, okay? Spirit, or my guides, my protectors, they started showing me signs that this person is not for me, okay? Or that I should cut off contact. Like, they weren't a good friend. I would say it was more like an acquaintance, but I was getting strong signs to cut this person off, okay? And one of the things that happened, and I don't know why the algorithm works like this for me, but I was watching like shorts or reels on YouTube, right? And I was just getting all of these reels all of a sudden of like wolves. Okay, just wolves. Or animals getting stuck in fences. Okay, and it was so random. I was a bit confused. And then, you know, it started clicking to me that there is a wolf around me. And I don't realize that there's someone that's a wolf around me. So that could be a significant confirmation for you, okay, if you start seeing wolves or something about like animals getting stuck in fences, okay? You know, like things like dogs or bunnies or lambs, things like that, where you would think that those are like, you know, innocent animals, but they were getting stuck in fences, and then like wolves. So that kept showing up for me at the time where I decided to cut this person off, okay? So Spirit wanted me to share that with you guys. I don't know why. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? The Seven of Wands, yeah, protecting yourself, okay? So this could have to do with you protecting yourself or standing up for yourself with someone who is a shit talker, okay? Who just talks maybe bad about you behind your back, or talks bad about everyone behind their back, because this is going to be the kind of person that talks about everyone to everyone, and they always have bad things to say. It's because it's like a distraction from their own life, right? So, you know, it also could be, you'll notice who this is because when you leave, your energy will be so drained afterwards. Okay, it's like they drain you because it's someone that will only talk about problems, either their own problems or problems they have with other people, or, you know, gossiping about other people. They're not going to care about your life, and they're not going to care about any solutions you try to give them or any advice. It's very draining. So there's someone here that you need to protect yourself from. The Three of Swords. Yeah, it's just, you know, whoever this person is, Ten of Swords, it's like they operate out of the frequency of pain and trauma. Okay, and you're not going to get them out of that space. You know, sometimes we want to be a good friend, right? And we want to help people that we feel like are in some sort of need, right? Or we feel like they need support, or they need a good friend, or they need advice. You know, we want to be there for people like that. But whoever this is, it's like they operate out of a place, or I should say a frequency. Like you're going to feel that it is a frequency around them that is just pain and trauma. And it's like they can't get themselves out of it because they are comfortable in that frequency. Like they don't want to get out of it because it could be something that's all they've ever known, right? So these are the kind of people that get comfortable in the Five of Pentacles. That's where they're comfortable, because it makes them, you know, it's going to sound harsh, but it makes them also a bit of like a perpetual victim of their circumstances, where they can always, you know, rely at least on like the sympathy, okay, of other people. Or this is how they become codependent on other people, is because they rely on other people to help them out. And I'm not talking necessarily financially, but especially like emotionally. Like this is someone, they need a lot of emotional support, okay? Because they're operating out of that frequency of pain and trauma. And it's like, it's almost like they, you know, this is going to be someone they like enjoy. They enjoy that. They do enjoy, you know, being validated. Okay. Well, how should I say this? Because everybody needs to be validated, right? If you're going through problems, and you have things that are going on in your life, of course you want to be validated with your feelings, right? But, you know, it's like, they want that validation that they're having a tough time and that their life is really difficult. They want to hear from you, that you see that as well, and that you're like, oh, I'm always here for you if you need anything from me, right? But they want to latch on to that, you know, this offer from you that you're going to be there for them and you're going to help them and take their hand through the hard time. They don't want to hear the advice that's going to be like, well, you could maybe do this, and then maybe you can, you know, solve your own problem. They don't want to hear they don't want to hear that. They don't want to solve their own problem. They want to hear that you will hold their hand, right? Yeah. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? The Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. It's swords and wands. And it goes 3, 4, and then 7, 8. 3 to the 4 swords, 7 to the 8. So this person, that's how they get their peace. You know, this is what I'm saying. It's like, this is how the energy gets drained. Okay, this is the energy exchange, because them dumping all of their emotional baggage on you is how they feel peaceful. They feel at peace once they've dumped all of their emotional baggage on someone else, and then they hear from you, oh, I'm going to be there for you. I'll always help you out. Don't worry about it. Like, and talking it out with them, like it's a soothing thing. This is what soothes them, like a child, right? But it's like a lot of energy. Like they project a lot of energy towards the other person. It's like they need this is someone, they need an energy release. And their energy release comes from, you know, like shit talking. This is like shit talking, okay? Or like gossiping, you know, talking bad about other people. That's where they get their release, and that's where they get their soothing from. So, okay, so this is like, you're sitting there, you're talking with a friend, 3 of Cups, or an acquaintance, or a work colleague, or whoever this is to you, okay? And they just got in this disagreement with Kelly over there in the other cubicle, right? And they just desperately want to come over to you, and they just want to tell you, oh my God, Kelly just stole my pencil. It's my favorite pencil. And then she just used the eraser, and then she just gave it back to me. Like, how dare she, right? And you don't even hear Kelly's side of the story. Kelly's going to come over later and tell you, no, I asked her if I can use the pencil, and she let me use it. She was just mad that I used the eraser, kind of a thing, right? But this person needs that release of like their anger, like the anger of the eraser being worn down. It's like they come over there, oh, they used my eraser, and Kelly this, Kelly that, Kelly's a piece of shit, kind of a thing, right? And it's like boom, 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 it like hits you. And once they hear from you, like, oh my God, yeah, that was so wrong from Kelly. She should have asked you if she can use your pencil, and then she used the eraser. You know, that's what soothes them. That's what validates them, that they're right. There's no self-reflection here at all. There's none. There's no self-reflection whatsoever. And there's also no like ability to sit in the own emotion and process or like self-soothe. Yeah, this person cannot self-soothe. That's what's missing. They don't know how to self-soothe their nervous system. But their nervous system, it reacts very sensitively to anger or feeling victimized in a way, right? They turn into the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is very temperamental. This person could have a bit of a temper, but their temper and this shit talking and this trauma dumping, that's a self-soothing mechanism that they have, okay? But it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's never going to go beyond that. Like, they're never going to really self-reflect to the point where they realize that they might be part of the problem. Like, they're always going to assume the other person is the problem. And you can tell them all you want all day long, like, oh yeah, I totally get you, girl or boy. Like, I totally understand you. Yeah, I understand your side of the story. That's all they want. That's all they want to hear, is that somebody is listening to them and someone is on their side. They don't want a solution. They don't want to hear like, well, you know, they don't want any mediation, if you get what I'm saying. So what's the Three of Swords? The Knight of Wands. This person is all air and fire. All of it. It's literally just air and fire with this one. And the swords, so the mind and the mouth, okay, the air. Knight of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords, Three of Swords is here twice, and the Four of Swords. It's like mentally fear, stress, trauma, pain, betrayal, shit talking. And then you have all of the fire. Like, all right. The King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this has to do with a lot of money and a King of Cups and a Knight of Wands. All right, what's the Magician? The Six of Wands in reverse, the Knight, like it's all fire energy, and the Hermit and the Moon. I'm telling you, this is this person's shadow side. Ten of Wands at the bottom. This person, their shadow side, it has something to do with their anger and their temperament, okay? And their inability to deal with their mind. They can't process their own emotions. They cannot mentally process their own anger. They can't process their own trauma and their own pain. All they have is like fire, is action, is energy, okay? Feeling embarrassed, okay? This is like, Six of Wands in reverse is like, you know, a fall from grace, or feeling defeated, feeling humiliated, publicly shamed, people look down on you. But I don't even really feel like this is external. I feel like this is how this person feels internally. Like they feel bad about themselves. They feel ashamed of themselves. This is their shadow. This is like their insecurity, right? It's like, you know, it's like I said with this person that I thought of, their energy that I tapped into this morning. It's like comparing their partner to other people's partners, or being jealous of other people's boyfriends because you feel bad about yourself or your partner. It's like, I don't know about that one, man. It's like, it's their shadow. It's almost like feeling like you're not good enough to also have a good looking partner, which you have to understand, like it's very shallow, but it's almost, sounds so weird, but it's like this person almost settled for people that she felt like were, in her eyes, unattractive, because she felt like she couldn't get an attractive person, but she wanted one. It's like, it's so weird. I had a hard time kind of following that, because you attract, you know, what you are. So it's like she was attracting relationships based on how she felt about herself, you know. It's like she didn't really have a standard at all. She didn't have, how should I say, like she kind of just accepted anyone into her energy because of this codependence, right? Or this, you know, well, this person is giving to me, so I might as well just stick around, right? Even though she was unhappy and she felt like she could do better, or she wanted better, but she didn't say no to romantic prospects either, because it's like she didn't really have a standard for herself. So I don't know. Let's see what this is, guys. Tell me more about this Hermit in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Oh my God. It's about like, you know, the Lovers in reverse is not, you know, always just about a breakup. It can also be about two people that just do not fit together. Okay, they're just not a match. Like they just do not go together. It can be a toxic relationship, and that's what this person, Queen of Wands in reverse, could have or have a lot of in the past. Very toxic relationships, or people that just don't fit at all. And it's like somebody doesn't even reflect as to why are they in this kind of a relationship that they don't want to be in, or that they feel like doesn't, you know, it isn't their ideal, right? It's like, all right, why is this coming up here? Hermit in reverse. I cannot make it up, man. Addiction, codependent, obsessive, possessive, controlling, has a blockage, restrained. This is codependent, very codependent energy of this person. And obsession, I feel like, in a sense, like obsessed with other people's relationships, obsessed with other people's partners, obsessed with what other people have, obsessed with other people's life. But having that blockage on the inside, feeling like you're never going to attain it or have it for yourself because you have this like ball and chain on your foot. Why are you showing me this person's energy so strong here this morning? Because that's the truth. This is the truth. This is something that you need to understand about this person in your life, okay? It's like, it's really giving me like, this is a hidden enemy, and you might not realize that that's what they are because you just want to be a good friend, but sometimes the envy is not that obvious, okay? The envy can be very hidden, and you'll just hear it with things like this could even be someone, like, let's say you are in a relationship, like, let's say this person is not talking about other people's, oh, you know, their boyfriend is, let's say they're talking about your boyfriend, okay, or your girlfriend to your face. They're like, oh, your partner is, you know, they're just, you know, they're so good looking and they're so amazing. Like, if you have a friend that's talking to you about how great your partner looks, how amazing your relationship is, and how jealous they are of your relationship, your ears needs to be open after that, okay? Because that person is envying something that you have. And not just that, they're envying your partner. Like, they want them, okay? So your ears need to be open after that one. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, this person, whoever they are, they're confused about their life. They're confused about, you know, what they have, what they want. It's like they could live in this fog of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to, you know, and again, that comes in with this coming to you and wanting to hear from you what you think and what you would do, and wanting your hands through the fog. But can you please hold my hand through the fog? I don't know what to do. You know, it's like, all right. What's this Page of Wands? Page of Cups, Nine of Cups, messages, some sort of messages, some sort of somebody reaching out to someone. The Nine of Cups. This is speaking of like someone's desires, what someone wants. Oh no, this is giving me some sneaky shit here. Let's see what this is. What's the Page of Wands, Page of Cups? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, look at this. At the bottom, it says meeting and conversing with a friend. The card that just came out, many options, decision, unconventional string along a one-night stand. This is the kind of friend that's going to try and sleep with your partner. Okay? or they fantasize about it. If they haven't tried it yet, they want it. They wish they could, okay? Like, I'm not even kidding. That's their wish fulfillment. That's their desire. That's their wish fulfillment. That's their desire, is that they are considered an option. And that's what I mean. That's when it gets really snake-like, is when you have someone like that that's looking at other people's relationships, but not just other people's relationships. They're looking at other people's partners, and then they're jealous and they wish they could have that boyfriend or they could have that girlfriend. It's like, then they want to be considered an option. It's like, well, they like my friend, so maybe I can see if they'll like me. It's like somebody, maybe, I don't know, wanting to go out with the other couple just to see if the boyfriend, girlfriend looks at them and checks them out. It's like getting your self-esteem from something like that. Like, what's the High Priestess? I like you, want to date. Fun flirting, someone likes you, the Runner. Fear of intimacy, listening to ego, the Runner. You want to know what I think this is with the High Priestess coming out like that? It's like, it's literally someone, okay, so someone here in the collective, you have a friend or an acquaintance or a colleague or someone around you that has made a comment to you, okay, or you've heard them talking like this about other people's relationships, about how they like them or how they think they're cute, or how, someone likes you. Oh, I would date them. Yeah, I would date your boyfriend, girlfriend. I would date their boyfriend, girlfriend. I like them. They're amazing. You gotta listen to that, because that's how you pick up on the envy, right? It's like, especially if this person is in their own relationship. Okay, because that's what made me kind of look at them kind of weird, right? It's like, you have a boyfriend, right? It's like you're in a relationship right now with a partner, and she's just talking the whole time about what she doesn't like about them, and that she's not attracted to them, and she wouldn't have been her first choice, and like, look at this person's partner, and they're so good looking. Their boyfriend is so good looking. Yeah, I would love to have a boyfriend that looks so good like that. And it's like, why are you in your relationship then, right? I mean, usually if you're in a relationship with someone that you love, you don't look at other people's boyfriends and wish that you could have them, right? So it's something weird going on with this energy, all right? What's the Nine of Swords? Five of Cups. Stability, security, permanence, and growth. Yeah, the Snake. I can't. Coming out on top of soulmate connection. That's what this is, yo. I knew I was picking up on this energy. It's like this person feels very insecure, okay, who you're dealing with. You have to understand. They feel deeply unstable and insecure with their own life, and they're very codependent on other people, in every realm, but I feel like especially emotionally and mentally. Okay, they need a crutch. They need an emotional crutch. And it's because they feel so insecure and so bad about themselves, and they really have an issue with that. But also with money, okay? This will be someone that will make themselves 100% financially codependent on their partner, because they're looking for someone to save them, okay? That's why they'll probably end up staying with a partner that they don't even like, that they're not even attracted to, because of finances, okay? Because they feel like that person is taking care of them, right? So the Snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. This is a Snake, okay? When it comes to partnerships and agreements, exactly. They are jealous of other people's relationships. They want to be in competition with other people's relationships. So this is the kind of person, yo, I just watched some sort of an interview or something like that on YouTube. And it was talking about how different women, especially women, act with men that are either single or when men are in a relationship. Okay, so it's been like studied, I guess, psychologically, that some women that are very insecure and get their own confidence or their sense of self-worth from feeling validated, especially by male attention, okay? When a man is single and a man is interested in them, it doesn't do as much to their self-worth as when they see a man that's with a beautiful woman, okay? So a couple. Some women that are insecure like this or feel the need to compete with other women, if they see a beautiful woman with a man, they will want that man just because they feel like if the man chooses them, that makes them better than the beautiful woman, right? But flip it around, you know, I can only talk out of the feminine perspective, but please flip it around if it's the other way around for you as a man, okay? I'm not a man. I don't know what it feels like to be a man. I don't know what kind of a competitive spirit comes from, the testosterone. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But with women, some competitive women, they do act this way, right? And that's what this person is giving me. It's like they are jealous of other people's relationships, and a part of them that's in competition wants to feel like, if they feel like, okay, if this is a friend or a colleague of yours and they feel like you're beautiful, and they when they're around you, they feel insecure or inferior, and they know that you have a partner, it's almost like they want your partner because they feel like if your partner looks at them or thinks that they're, you know, good looking or is attracted to them, then they're better than you. So they want to like see if they can like wiggle their way in. They want to see if they can take your man away from you. Okay, that's kind of what this is, right? Because of their sense of stability, security, it's like they want to. It feeds their ego. Listening to ego, okay? It feeds their ego when people validate them or give them attention. But for some reason, like this person, even more when it comes to relationships or other people's partners. Okay? Like especially if she feels like the man is like good looking in her eyes, or if it's the other way around for you, it's a man that feels like, you know, your wife or your girlfriend is super hot, and then it's like they want it, you know. It's something like that. So let's see, what's the Knight of Swords reverse? The Two of Cups. This person, this is gonna be someone, oh my god, I can't make it up, man. Like I cannot make it up. Five of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Cups. So first of all, this person uses relationships. They use personal boyfriends or personal girlfriends as a way of getting out of lack. So codependence, especially financial codependence, okay? They feel like they can't do it alone, and they don't want to do it alone. They need other people to pay things for them, okay? To provide for them. They don't really want to work, okay? They don't want to do anything. They just want to be a sugar baby or a sugar boy, okay? Whatever you want to call it. But it's also about like them coming out of this feeling of insecurity or feeling abandoned or feeling bad about themselves, okay? Not just that, this person talks really, you're gonna notice that they talk really badly about their own partner. Okay? And I'm not talking about things like, oh my god, like they just, you know, stood me up and we've had this fight 1,000 times where I told them to stop doing this and they keep doing it. I'm not talking about things like that. I'm not talking about like normal relationship stuff, okay? I'm talking about like, yeah, actually I'm not attracted to them at all. And, you know, the first couple times that I was with them, I was actually a bit disgusted afterwards. Like, you know, for some reason they like turned me off. Like, things like that you don't say about your partner, right? You don't want to be with someone that's like turning you off and you're not attracted. It's going to be something like that where you're like, then why are you with them? Okay. You know, that's this kind of an energy, right? Yeah. Okay, so tell me about this self-soothing behavior here. Look at this. Self-absorbed narcissist. Well, I don't know if this person is necessarily a narcissist. I mean, they could have like narcissistic tendencies. I don't know if I would say they're a narcissist. I would say, though, that they are very self-absorbed. And their relationships, it says one-sided, but I feel like it's more like their relationships are just very shallow. Like very shallow, surface level, you know. And you can kind of tell that, you know, if somebody is like looking at another person's partner and thinking, oh, they're hot, I want them, that's pretty surface level, pretty shallow. Okay. Like you want to find someone that you can have a deep connection with, like a soul bond with. And this person doesn't really value that. It's very surface level, shallow here. Meeting someone new in reverse, dating in reverse. Yeah, they don't want to date either. It's like they don't want to find someone new. Okay, you're going to tell them like, well, maybe you should try dating someone new then. Maybe you should go out and meet other people, right? If you're so unhappy, they're like, I don't want to date. I don't want to date. You know, it's just too, you know, I don't feel like dating. Or they just make really poor decisions in love. And it's like, they don't want to date. They don't want to get back out there, but they're always talking about how shitty their partner is, right? Seduction. Attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation. Yeah, because that's like all it's about for them is like attraction, flirting, and hooking up. Like you could, like another thing about this person is you could notice that even the relationship that they're in, even though they're so unhappy in the relationship, like one reason that they could stay is because it gives them that validation. Like they can tell that their partner thinks that they're super hot, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for someone to tell them you're so hot, right? This is someone they can't really have like deep connections, soul level connections, because it's all about that surface level attraction, flirting, dating. You know, they are not attracted to their partner, but they like the fact that their partner is attracted to them. They don't find their partner seductive, or they don't really want to, you know, flirt and hook up with their partner, but they enjoy that their partner wants that with them because it makes them feel good about how they look, I guess. But again, like third party interference, it's like, this is someone that wants to not only just, it's not just with their own partner though, it's like this person wants to be able to seduce other people as well. That's like, that's the thing. So I don't know if this is even someone that like, they don't really want to date someone new. They don't want to date around. They want to seduce someone else's boyfriend or girlfriend, right? They're hoping that they can just seduce them. And I don't even think it's like that as much. Like, I don't think it's even like, oh, I want that relationship, as much as it's like, this is someone, it's like they want, when you and your partner walk in the room, it's like they want to see if your partner looks at them and finds them good, okay? It's like, oh, is their partner checking me out? Like, do they think that I'm seductive, right? It's like they want that. They want that reaction. That's a bit weird, right? Because this is someone that is pretending to be a friend. So what's the Three of Swords? Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, heartbroken about watching, looking, and stalking. What's that? Three of Pentacles in reverse, not wanting to work together anymore. Okay, so this could have been you when you were like, look, I don't really want to be friends anymore, okay? Well, maybe you didn't say it to them, but you just kind of like, maybe you just want to ghost them, okay? I don't know. You don't want to work together anymore. Six of Cups, yeah, in the past. Something about the past, not wanting to collaborate anymore, not being able to find a solution anymore. This has to do with a marriage, wedding rings, getting married, a marriage, a union, a wedding, breaking up, and a separation. Yeah. So if you're married, this is someone, they want to break up your marriage, okay? They want to. They want to see if they can do it. See, that's what I mean. It's like almost like a challenge. Or it doesn't have to be a marriage, but it's like an everlasting promise and eternal love, soul connection. Or maybe this person had a divorce. I don't know. It's something about them wanting to break it up. It's like, I want to see if I can break it up. I don't want them to be together or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. What is that about? Wedding rings and a breakup. Queen of Swords. The Star and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, this is someone that feels like you have your wish fulfillment. Like you're so lucky. That's what I mean. The Ten of Cups and the Star, it's like this person feels like you're so lucky. Like, how did you get a partner that is just everything? Okay, how do you have this ultimate happiness, this ultimate bliss? You have the Ten of Cups with someone. You have ultimate happiness with someone. You have wish fulfillment. It's like the one, you found the one, you know, it's like someone is so envious of that if you have that, okay? They see you as the Star and the Ten of Cups. It's like you have this, it's like you have this shine, this brightness, this, you're so inspirational. You always know what to say, you know, when they ask you for advice or when they need something from you. It's like you're always giving the best advice. You're always so inspirational. You're trying to, you know, uplift them, give them confidence, okay? Tell them that they have it all, like they can have everything. They just need to, like, you know, believe in themselves, okay? You have this family, you have this Ten of Cups, you have this bliss, and they look at it and they're like, I want that, okay? And that's nice. You know, it's fine to want that, but they can have that. You know, it's not like unattainable for them. They just have to believe that they can have that too. But then, you know, they would have to work on themselves and maybe leave these shallow relationships behind and really, like, you know, want to better themselves. Because if this person wants a Ten of Cups and the Star, so let's be honest for a second, okay? If we're talking about like higher level soulmate connections, you know, people that reach this level of Ten of Cups, ultimate bliss, you know, that requires a lot of self-reflection and a lot of working on yourself, okay? Nobody is going to stay with you if you're just being toxic and being, you know, manipulative like this, and you're just being seductive, and that's all you have to offer. And then there's all this like chaos, and this person is never apologizing, and they're always trying to seduce, you know, your best friend in front of you. It's like, no one's going to stay and build a Ten of Cups with someone like that. And it's like they want that and they're envious of that. But, you know, if you want that, then you have to be that. You have to become that. You have to be that. You can't just expect a man or a woman to come along and you're just going to be that. Like, you're just going to pretend and you just need to make a baby and that's it. It's like, that's not how it works, right? But they can't, there's something about this person, they're stunted beyond a point. So like, this is somebody that, you know, somewhere in their childhood development, it must have been very traumatic, and they've only developed emotionally and mentally to a specific point, and they can't push past the barrier on their own. And that's why every time you come to them and want to help them and give them advice, they reach their hand out for you. You give them the hand, but then they want to hold on. They can't let go and go by themselves. Like, they just, that's the barrier. That's the point that they're stopped at, is that I need someone else's hand to hold because I don't feel safe going alone. And you can't no one, not you, not a friend, not a parent, not a partner, can pull them out of that. It's like that's where they're stuck, okay? And that's what we have to accept. So what's this Knight of Wands here with the King of Cups? The King of Cups, okay? So I don't know, with the Knight of Wands, I mean, this is kind of giving me like Knight on the white horse kind of a thing. Queen of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. This has something to do with someone just being overly critical, okay? Gossiping a lot, being manipulative. Very critical, okay? Or just very cold, very bitter. Needing time, taking time. This has to do with time. Time. A long time. Tell me about their shadow, the relationship of healing the inner child. I said, tell me about their shadow. Yeah, healing the inner child. Exactly. That's what they need to do. It's their inner child that's hurt. And it could be this feeling of like, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons. I don't even want to get into it, but there's a lot of reasons why this person could be this way. What's the Moon? Girl with the snake being charmed or used. And I don't even feel like it's being charmed or used as much as it is charming and using other people, okay? That's their shadow side, is that they want to use other people by charming them. And it has to do with how they feel about themselves. Six of Wands in reverse. Feeling embarrassed or humiliated, right? Heartbroken in reverse, grieving in reverse, mourning in reverse. So there's a lot of things here that they might have not grieved in their life, or they don't want to feel lost. Yeah, exactly. Deeply hurt, sad separation, feeling lost. This is like trauma and grief, okay? And look at the bottom. Insecurity, feeling not enough, being frustrated in relationships, self-sabotaging, jealousy and envy, okay? Reminiscing, learn from the past. So this is someone that they carry a lot of grief about their life. Like, it's like whoever this person is, they could have had a really hard life, okay? They could have had a really hard life. And, you know, that might take a lot of work to heal through that, right? But it's not impossible. And I feel like this person, they don't want to heal through it because this is how they felt all of their life. So it's kind of like giving up and thinking, well, this is just my life. Like, my life sucks. Like, my life has always been shitty and it's never going to get better. And I've just had a really hard life and it's just never going to get better. But just staying in that energy, like just staying on that frequency and just almost like surrendering to it and being like, well, I'm not going to expect that it gets any better than this, even though it can. Like, this person can manifest their own future, but they don't want to. Like, they don't want to feel lost. They don't want to, you know, mourn an old part of themselves and bury it. They want to, like, that's their identity, basically. This is their identity. So why do you want the collective to know about this person today? Yeah, the Ten of Wands. It's that, look, Queen of Pentacles. It's just this, like, I feel like in this case, the Queen of Pentacles is like this person learning to be stable, self-sufficient, providing for themselves, okay? Career focus, making their own money, independent, you know, standing on their own 2 feet, successful, nurturing, grounding. This energy for this person feels unattainably hard. Unattainably hard. It just feels like to them, that's never going to be them. They're never going to get there. And that's not true. But I mean, it kind of starts with the mindset, right? Like if you tell yourself, I can't do it, then you can't do it. You have to tell yourself, I can do it, and then you can find ways to do it. So, you know, if you come along and say, well, you can do it this way, but they're already telling themselves, no, I can't do it, then it's not going to work. They have to tell themselves they can do it, right? The King of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse. The Seven of yeah, it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's going to be a failure. Nothing's ever going to work out. Nothing ever works out for me. Might as well not try. Okay? I don't feel like investing. It's just taking too long. It's too hard, right? The Judgment. Yeah, that's, you know, that's the life that they chose for themselves. Like, you can't do anything about that, man. Right? I just feel like Spirit wants you to know or understand, like, if you know who this person is, then you need to know that their envy is not healthy for you to be around, because it could get worse. The Queen of Cups, who's also down here. Strength. Yes, Leo energy. Leo, Cancer, Libra. Okay. Leo, Cancer, and Libra energy here. I feel like this is honestly zodiac signs. I don't think this has anything to do with the reading. Pisces. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Let's just see maybe if we can see who this is here with the other cards. Who is this here in the collective's life? A Scorpio, Aquarius, and July, October, September, and an Aries, April, November, and a Leo. And we just got Leo, because I just said with Strength card, Leo being here. Okay, July, could be a July Leo. Aries, Aquarius, April. Somebody's name could start with letter A, and then we have Scorpio. All right. I'm going to leave it at that, okay? Hope this helps, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.